Hello and welcome back to the Arcane Forge. My name is Josh and today is a very special occasion because this is the anniversary of the Arcane Forge. And in that year, 8,000 of you, by the time of uploading this video, have decided that you wanted to stick around and enjoy the content enough to subscribe. So thank you so much for all of your amazing views, your time spent with the Arcane Forge, you dedicating your time to watch the stuff that I make. Thank you so much. Had some amazing supporters on Patreon. Also, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much to all of you who have helped me out throughout the entire time that Patreon has been active. Without all of your help collectively, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, and I wouldn't have been able to do it for a year. So thank you so much for all of that. You guys are absolutely amazing. So there's two things that I plan to talk about in this video. The first being the Q&A. I asked you guys to send in some questions that you'd like to have me answer, and you guys have come up with some really great ones, so I'll answer some of those. And then secondly, I asked you guys to send in some drawings of monsters as I do sort of my Monster Mondays. I wanted to see some of your drawings, and my favorite drawing is going to win a copy of Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. So I'll be displaying all of your lovely artwork, and then I'll be doing the giveaway at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Firstly, before I carry on though, I just wanted to have a little announcement, which is that this is the last video that I'm going to be making in September. This isn't just for a little recharge. I do actually have a holiday booked in the middle of September. I'm going to be going away. I'm going to be flying away to the States with my family for a couple of weeks. By the way, if you hear snoring noises, it's just because Myrtle has entered the room and is sitting by my feet, snoring away like a drowning bison. So yes, but anyway, yes. So holiday, but I'll be back in October, super well rested and ready to get some more videos out to you guys. In the meantime though, if you want to keep up with me, I plan to keep posting on my social media. I have a Twitter, an Instagram, a Facebook, and also some stuff on my website maybe. So I'll pop some links wherever they come up. Yeah, follow along if you want to see some more Arcane Forge stuff while I'm away not doing videos. Anyway, you guys sent in some questions, so let's answer some questions. Nicholas Silva asks, what was your inspiration for starting the Arcane Forge? And what's your major driving force for making videos every single week? Well, to be honest, a bunch of stuff. So my reason for making the channel was because I wanted to combine a lot of the things that I knew that I enjoyed doing with work. I had been a tour guide and I knew that I liked speaking to people, and I felt very confident in that afterwards. Being a tour guide made me feel far more confident in that, and I knew that I had always wanted to do something with drawing, but again, I'd never felt super confident in my ability to make a career out of that. And I've always been a massive nerd. I've always loved role-playing and comics and all this kind of stuff. And I'd thought about being a YouTuber in the past, but I'd never had the confidence to try. Eventually I gave it a go, and I really enjoyed it. The thing that I wanted to capture with the channel is that I found with my most recent D&D group that they were all fairly new people to D&D. And there wasn't a lot of stuff, there wasn't a lot of content out there catered towards people who had never tried it before, or who maybe had questions about what it even was. And in introducing these people to D&D for the first time, when I banded together with my now current D&D group, it was like taking someone to Disneyland for the first time. The massive possibilities of role-playing that may have never occurred to them, or were fully realized for them. It was an amazing experience to pass that on to someone, so I really wanted to capture that on a daily basis, and that is one of the driving forces to keep making videos, that this will capture someone's attention and will interest them and will be that kind of wow experience, getting more people into the hobby. I really like sharing the stuff that I'm interested in, so seeing as most of the content that I could find that I was interested in, at least, that I'd come across in my time watching videos and sprawling through the internet for more D&D content, it all seemed to be focused more on people who were already playing, people who were already in love with the game, with the idea of role-playing. I didn't want to exclude those people at all, but I wanted to focus more on people who hadn't had a chance to get involved in it, or were just starting out. And my driving force to make videos are really twofold. The first being that sort of feeling, and also the unbelievable kindness of the whole viewing base of the Arcane Forge. I am staggered on a daily basis to read my comment section, which, although it's taken me a really long time to kind of catch up on comments, they're unbelievably positive. I was not expecting positivity in the YouTube comment section when I first started making videos, but after a year, it's still unbelievably positive. People are so supportive, people are so kind, people are so enthusiastic. And I don't necessarily think that that's just because role-playing is such a niche topic. I think I am lucky enough to have some really amazing viewers. And I know that sounds like a real cliche and it sounds very sickly sweet, but I was very prepared to hide from my comment section, but you guys are a delight, and getting the feedback that I get from you guys, the encouragement and the enthusiasm and the support that I get in the comment section drives me to make more videos for you. That said, I would already be doing this stuff if it was needlessly negative, because I really love sharing the stuff that I'm interested in. You know, I like making stuff for people. That's the driving force for most of the stuff that I do in my life. I like making a thing and putting time and effort into it and then giving it to someone. That's the thing that's always motivated me most. And as well, the second thing really is that I get to do a lot of drawing in this. I get to improve every single week. It's unbelievable how much drawing once a week to present to someone, something that has to be good enough to give to someone else, really improves your style and improves your abilities as an artist. So not only is this making me improve by having a consistent deadline, but also it means that I get to share some stuff that I absolutely love with people who are unbelievably kind. So I hope that answers your question. Damien Strucken, S-T-R-U-I-K-E-N, Strucken? Damien. And Kyle Brannan both basically asked the same question. Kyle asked me how long it takes me roughly to make a Monster Monday drawing, and Damien asked me how long it takes to do one of my drawings. And there are slightly different answers to those, but they kind of circle around the same thing. So a Monster Monday drawing, the drawing part alone takes anywhere between 4 and 12 hours of solid, consistent work. That's not sort of like getting up for breaks and all this kind of stuff. It really depends what I'm drawing. So for example, the Nilbog that I most recently did took me about 4 hours, and the Shambling Mound took about 10 hours. And it depends how much difficulty I make for myself by making it really complicated and having way too many patterns and, you know, fiddly bits, basically. For Monster Mondays, on top of that, there's usually about a day spent researching, pouring through books and the internet and what have you to find what I need to do. And then I have a day where I edit the footage that I've drawn. I record while I'm drawing, and recording the audio takes a couple of hours. So making a Monster Monday video from start to finish can take, well, again, it kind of depends, but it can be a process that takes 2 to 3 days, or it can be a process that takes 5 days. So it kind of depends how much energy I have, how much stuff there is to cover, and how detailed the monster is. But recently, as I've been getting more and more tired out, more and more in need of my holiday, my Monster Monday videos have been taking 5 days each, which is very time consuming, but worth it for the reaction that you guys have. Although I'm looking forward to being rested and coming back refreshed and hopefully powering through videos again. I used to do 2 videos a week and I miss doing that, but right now those videos seem to be taking longer and longer. But in terms of my other drawings, I offer commissions of lots of different varieties. The most common one by far is the full body character illustration, which I usually do for commission corners, but I do character busts and things like that, magic item illustrations, you know, I can illustrate rooms for people, or maps of dungeons or of whole worlds and things like that. All of those take varying amounts of time, but again, my sort of full body character illustrations tend to take anywhere from 8 to 12 hours to draw. And again, that varies on how complicated the thing is, and how many changes and revisions that I need to make based on what the commissioner has asked me to draw. Games Disc has a really interesting one. Games Disc asks, it's a mouthful. Games Disc asks, what D&D monster, not counting the beasts, would you like to eat? And that is really difficult because so many of those are intelligent thinking creatures, and that is tough. I became fairly traumatized with myself after I did the Minotaur video and researched cows and found out how intelligent they were and how loving and kind they can be and how they can have friendships and things like that. So that put me off beef for a while. But excluding that, if you can kind of put that out of your mind, what kind of creature that's not a beast would I go for? Well, it's going to have to be a unicorn or a dragon, really, isn't it? Because dragon, you know, I like spicy food. That's almost certainly if you go for a red dragon, is going to be pretty spicy. And it's evil, so chromatic dragon, you are ridding the world of evil while having potentially meat that is bigger than your entire body. And it's going to be naturally spicy, so that seems pretty good. But I think the winner has to be a unicorn, I think, because you can already eat horse steak, and I'm told, although I've never tried it, that it is like better than like beef steak. So yeah, celestial steak sounds pretty amazing. And you know, if the internet is anything to go by, then unicorns are also made of candy floss. So worst case scenario, if you open up a unicorn, other than, you know, your soul probably being banished to one of the lower dimensions upon your death, one of the outer planes of unspeakable evil when you die, the unicorn is either going to be amazing celestial steak, or it's going to be candy floss and jelly beans and general like dessert inside, isn't it? So it could even be an amazing fusion of the two. It could be like sweet and savory, that kind of honey glazed steak almost. It could be absolutely amazing. The only other safe bet is the black pudding, which is an ooze, obviously tremendously damaging. Why would you want to eat ooze? Terrible idea. But in the UK, black pudding is a type of blood sausage, which if you can get over, and not many people tend to, although it is a bit more of a staple up here in Scotland, that's a nice safe one. If a black pudding, the ooze, actually tasted of black pudding, then you've got an amazing kind of rich, gamey, savoury flavour. You know, a nice little bit of crumbled black pudding with some nice seared scallops, tiny bit of bacon on the top, little crumbles of bacon, maybe a bit of Eladrin wine on the side. I think that sounds pretty nice. I'm intrigued about that one. What do you guys think? No beasts, but D&D creatures in the monster manual. Write it down below. What would you eat? George Chapman asks if I play any other RPGs other than 5th edition D&D, and the answer is not currently, unfortunately. I play 5th edition, one of my longest consistent times playing with one game book. I was playing Adventure Conqueror King, which is a sort of updated version of 1st edition. I have the rules for Call of Cthulhu, which I'm very excited about playing, but as of yet have not embarked in an actual campaign. I really am excited about the sort of mystery element of it, the kind of detective work, essentially. Seems very, very exciting. I've pre-ordered, and I'm very excited to get Vampire Masquerade as well. I'm a big vampire fan, so excited to see what that's going to be like. And again, I have the rules for Pathfinder. I've just never actually played a game of it. In the past, though, I've played with the sort of Dragon Age system, and I've played with the hero system as well. So lots of little bits sprinkled throughout my life there, but mostly, yes, I'm a 5e player right now, and I'm not playing any other campaigns at the moment. Bootsy on Patreon asks, spending a lot of free time on D&D content for your channel, how often do you actually get to play D&D, either as a player or as a DM? Well, Bootsy, thankfully, I actually get to play once a week. I play almost every single week, once a week. I have a wonderful regular team. Sometimes we can't make it because we will have shifting workloads and what have you, so I would say maybe 3 times a month we play. Maybe a little bit more if we can get away with it. But yes, no, I spend a lot of my free time on doing channel stuff. I have a very wonderful job outside of this that allows me to work quite hard on channel stuff as well. One day, maybe in another year's time, I'll have garnered enough followers and I'll be doing well enough that this can be my full-time job. But yes, once a week, Bootsy, once a week. Don't worry, I do get to play. Hazel Kitten asks, what does the eye symbol mean? I've noticed it in this video. Orcs was the video she was talking about, but also in the Mimic video and the Lich video as well. no, don't worry. There are no Illuminati ties to the video or anything like that. The eye symbol is just a pattern that I like to use on a regular basis. Generally speaking, I tend to use it on things to denote that they are magical in some way, or that the person wearing it is in some way connected to magic. I like to use patterns a lot in my work, but I have not had the time to dedicate to make a full sort of like pattern bank and explore some ideas of patterns. So one easy one that I do on a regular basis is using that little eye symbol over and over. And again, yeah, usually to me it just indicates that something's magical. It doesn't always have to. Although there are a bunch more questions, I think we're going to have to wrap it up there. Otherwise, we won't make it through to the competition. So yeah, you guys sent in some amazing, amazing artwork for me. Some fantastic creatures, some homebrew, some not, some straight from the Monster Manual, and just the quality of the artwork that you guys sent me through was unbelievable. So I thought I would dedicate some time to showing you all the amazing art that you guys have sent in. Now, an honourable mention needs to go to Victoria Cowrie, who, inspired by Monster Mondays, has been hand painting basically her own Monster Manual in character with these amazing creatures that she encounters, and also lots of in-character notes, which is unbelievably huge amounts of effort. That was amazing. But my overall favourite drawing that you guys sent in to me was made by John McFadden Finlayson, who made this amazing, amazing dragon. So John, keep an eye out. I'll be sending this your way very, very soon. I may email you for an address and stuff like that, so just keep an eye out in your email inbox for another email from me, and I'll post this to you as soon as I can. So thank you so much for joining me for an amazing year of the Arcane Forge. You guys have been unbelievable. I still cannot get over how amazing you guys have been, how encouraging you guys have been. And I look forward to some more amazing stuff with you next year. Another year of Arcane Forge. And until I see you again in October, thank you so much for joining me, and see you later. Come on, little Matto. Little goblin. Hey. I'm getting a little nil bug. This video. Yeah, you are.